Hello everyone, welcome to Thursday Night Reading Sprints with two of my lovely regulars, Alex and Ashlyn. I don't know why I sounded so aggressively enthusiastic when I said that. I think I was trying to compensate for being as hot as I am. I was like, I'm just so happy and not hot and half asleep, I swear. How are you two doing? Are you hot and half asleep where you are?
Yes, I'm half asleep.
Always.
It's not that hot here, as you can tell, and we're actually managing to wear a cardigan for the first time in a while. Yeah, this is more like about being cozy than actually needing the cardigan. You know, sometimes you just want like a cozy writing thing. But yeah, no, it's much cooler today. The last couple of days has been like dehydrate entirely and, you know, lose half your body weight on the like 20-minute walk up to collect the kids from school, that sort of thing. Well, today is all right. How are you, Alex?
I am wanting very much to move where you are, Ashlyn, because it is still hot here. I was saying to Amy, it's like muggy hot. It's like that nasty kind of hot where it's like I can't tell if I'm sweating or like if it's just the air that's really like moist. I'm sorry, I said it.
It is. It's the word nobody likes to say, but that is how it feels. I think if you could lay on the sofa with all the windows open, just eating ice lollies, it'd be fine. But it's a bit rude that the world imposes and still insists that you do things. Like last night, I spent like an hour and a half filling in nursery forms, and it felt like I wrote the same thing on 5 different forms for Nathan's nursery. So yeah, this has been my week thus far. So I need to catch up on writing tonight. It's like I had a night off writing for the first time in ages to fill in forms. But I got some exciting posts.
It's a thrilling world.
I know. I love being an adult sometimes. I got this in the post yesterday. Is this
that looks amazing. What is this?
I didn't think I'd managed to get one because apparently there weren't any left, and I was like, okay, cool, I can cope with wait until September. Deep breaths, and then one arrived, and I was, you know, when you think you're not getting something, it was even more exciting.
Yeah.
So I sneakily went, sorry, TBR pile, I'm just going to read you, and started reading it earlier. It's very, very good. Particularly Alex, I think the kind of spooky vibes, like spooky middle grade, it's definitely going to be added to the
middle grade.
Yeah, well, it's
middle grade. Oh my god!
Age 9 to 11. Is that
really?
Middle grade? 9 to 12.
That's middle grade.
That's middle grade, isn't it? Because
that's middle grade.
It's quite thin. I was thinking like chapter book, but reading it definitely reads like middle grade. Like I don't think book length is as much of a thing now, is it? Like where middle grade has to be a certain length and YA has to be a certain
not really.
length.
I don't think, but there are still guidelines. I reckon. I mean, that looks like a great little book. I wanted. I coveted. It.
It's the kind of
Let me open a tab.
Yes, please do. Everybody, open your tabs now.
Again,
and order.
Shiver Point.
Yeah, so I think this is the first one. Which is it just called Shiver Point? This one is the first in a series.
Came from the woods.
Oh, so that's the title. So the Shiver Point is the series. Then is that right? And It Came from the Woods is the title.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, the main character is called Alex.
Yeah. Ooh. And Alex is cool so far, so that's good. Alex hasn't been murdered on the first page, so you might be okay. I love it when people who have names of character, like somebody the other day said, "Oh, I'm called so and so," and I've noticed that there's a character in your book called that. I was like, I think it won't last very long.
Oh no, that's happened to me as well.
Yeah, I like that. And in fact, that's happened to me. Without spoiling anything, there's a very popular adult thriller where my name is the main character. And they aren't particularly pleasant. And I was like, oh, good. The first book I've ever read with me in, and they are a complete, I don't know, it's psychopath, sociopath, or a combination thereof. But
is that the one, the unreliable narrator one?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Alex is like,
reliable narrator one. What's it called?
We'll message. I'm trying not to spoil it, so I'll message you. It's one of those books that you think you know what you're reading, and then it kind of, if you want to know what it is, I'll message you. But yeah.
The woman across the street from the train station where all those guys were murdered. Is that what it's called?
It pretty much is, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I know. I got you.
It's so funny. I'm reading one that lots of people have recommended to me, My Husband's Murderer, and it's a while since I've read anything like that. And it is just exactly like another one of those. And I'm enjoying it, but I'm thinking like I know the blueprint of this. I wonder if I'm exactly right based on how many of them I've read of a similar vein. Woman who seems to be the victim, but is she? Her husband's been murdered, and and things. Let's skip to the comments, and then we will see what you two are getting on with tonight, and then maybe do a little sprint to get us warmed up. Hello, thank you for joining us if you made it. Hi, Kasha. Lots of Philly face in the comments tonight. Hi, Paula. Hello, Ellie. Hello. Oh no, Sharon, that's not what we want to hear. 30 is too hot.
That is ridiculous. That is way too warm.
I Am Pilgrim rings a bell. I feel like I've seen that one doing the rounds. Anybody know what that is? Ellie, can you tell us if not? Oh, we're gonna watch Alex fall asleep on the stream tonight, guys.
I'm sorry. I'm already. There comes Yawny Fawkes already. I'm just opening up another tab for I Am Pilgrim.
It's all right. I was thinking we could do like a drinking tea game. Take a sip anytime any of us yawns.
Oh no, don't.
Lots of tea drunk.
Oh no.
I'm counting myself in that as well. It's not just you two, Alex. Oh, so this might be a good point. I love when people ask this question. It reminds me. So I'm going to be writing. I nearly said the thing that I'm writing. Don't say the thing. I'm writing a thing that I am writing. And it's not anything that's like exclusively under contract or anything. I just don't want to talk about and jinx myself. So I'm working on editing a thing that I've written. And I'm reading Shiver Point. It Came from the Woods is the name of the book. As Alex informs me, this is the series, which is a proof of a book that comes out in September. How about you, Alex? Are you writing tonight?
Yes, I'm going to be editing. I am editing new project, which is super exciting.
Yeah,
it's back. So I am going to be doing the dreaded structural edit, which is my least favorite kind of edit. So there's going to be a lot of cutting and merging scenes because it is about 5,000 words too long, and that makes a big difference in a book aimed at this age range.
How many words is it total?
So it's actually 50,000 words at the moment, and it needs to be 45,000 max. But personally, I think because it's actually going to be an 8+, so that's like year 3.
Yeah.
So I think it needs to be shorter. But that's just me. I can only kind of go off what the experts want. So we'll see what we can do. But I've been figuring out which scenes need sort of cutting and sticking together. So I've got a big notepad. I will not use all this paper, but I am just making some notes is going to be my aim.
I'm doing similar. I've reread the beginning, which I don't think needs too many edits, and I'm just hitting the point where I know that I've got to kill somebody off earlier than I had done, and I've got to do quite a few things. So like by killing them off, I've taken a whole chunk of the story out, and I'm like, need to write a good portion of my book now, and the book is better for it, I know, but I'm just annoyed with myself that I didn't think of that sooner. So yeah, that's always the editing thing, isn't it? If only we had the kind of wherewithal to think of everything that needed to be done as we were writing it, that'd be super helpful.
Yes. If only it were perfect straight away.
So I'm curious, Ashlyn, what you're working on, because you had a sneaky idea that snuck up on you, and you were working on a middle grade too. So I feel like you could be the mystery of the night. What are you working on?
I'm being good. So I think last time I was on, I was quick drafting an outline for that sneaky story, and that was great. And I have now left that to one side. It did bug me for a few days. It just wanted me to write it, but I've gone back to the middle grade that I'm working on. It is hard, isn't it? The word count. Like I'm on technically I'm on 7,000 at the moment, but I'm also just editing and doing a big structural redraft because I have a version, but it's 80,000 words. So I need to lose so much of it and make it so much better. Because I think I need to aim for about 35,000, 40,000 words. And it's just weird to be what feels like still at the start, but also a fifth of the way through. Like, okay, this can't be right.
Yes, I know that struggle.
Oh, honestly, so Mina 3 I paused on slightly because I'd nearly finished it, and I was like, I've plotted out the end few scenes, so I just need to think about them a bit. So I thought, right, I'll jump onto a new thing, but it's already 70-something thousand words, and I haven't finished it, and I'm like, Well, Mina 2 was 90 odd, so I'm probably okay still, but I'm just a bit worried that 20,000 is just going to be gobbled up quite quickly. So yeah, I think we all feel the word count pressure. Just when I say, oh, word count doesn't matter that much, more like, yeah, we need to cut our word counts down. So not much reading for us tonight, unless I'm super good and manage to read some It Came From the Woods. Let's see what everybody is doing in the comments. I need to look at the finished cover. I was thinking that I'd seen it, but I think I'm thinking of Bite Risk by Sophie Wills, that just S.J. Wills, that just came out, which was really good and had a really good cover too. Yes, everybody is melting, apart from Ashlyn is slightly feeling some relief today, which is good. Yeah, I always think this every time it gets really hot. I'm like, should I price up air conditioning? Are we at this point in our lives now? Ooh, that sounds interesting. Is it too gory for me? I mean, I don't know about you two. How do you fare with like really hardcore horror? I feel like I don't want to judge you, Alex, because you're middle grade author, but I feel like you might be soft like me. You might not be able to go. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I think I am. I mean, I think that we're all a little bit soft compared to Sharon, who we know is
Yes.
extremely hardcore, but balances this by being a lovely person.
Yes.
Whereas I think I'm the other way around. I think I'm actually a bit of a grump, but a softie.
You're not
inside.
If what you are is grumpy, then I'm shocked. Honestly, you are not grumpy. You're lovely.
Wow. I mean, I have my moments in this, and in this weather, I've had my moments. One thing about my new project, I have had in my editing notes a small talking to because of an incident of cannibalism that I had not really super considered being in my new middle grade series, but yes, that needs changing. So I think where
cannibalism in middle grade,
cannibalism, was it?
just a little bit of like casual cannibalism, but it's that line again of horror and where you slice it when it comes
where you slice it like the human flesh. Yeah.
Although technically it's not human cannibalism.
Okay.
So it's a bit like that gif of the chicken like pecking a chicken nugget and then it says cannibalism. It's like that.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Yeah, my agent only told me off once. I'm sure I've told the story before. Didn't tell me off, but said you can't put this in. Where I tried to describe what Ed Gein did, who peeled people's skin off and made stuff with it. It's still in there, but a very sanitized version is in there. I think I was a bit too interested in how he did it, so I just went to town on explaining it. And my agent was like, "Yeah, you're writing away a book, not like a treatise on serial killers. So let's tone it down a little." How about you, Ashlyn? Are you hardcore? I feel like I'm not sure with you. Like.
I haven't read a lot of hardcore horror. I'm okay with it. Anything that I've like, I don't mind gross descriptions that make your skin crawl. Like I've read, Stephen King, where he goes really in depth. I just haven't read an awful lot of horror, but I do love that you said, I'm not really into the hardcore horror. Now, I did explain far too much about what Ed Gein did to his cat, victims in real life. But when you were writing that, so it's different, doesn't it?
It's different when you write it because you only write, which it's going to sound bad, but I'm going to say it anyway. You only write what you feel comfortable with. I don't feel comfortable with people peeling skin off each other. However, that's not the type of horror that bothers me. It's the deeply psychological, like someone is grieving and, and they're being haunted by their partner kind of horror. That's the sort of thing I can't deal with. Like anything that's too deeply rooted in emotions that I would be too upset by. Like I just picked up an Anita Blake book and a 3-year-old boy is missing. I have a 3-year-old boy and I was like, oh, instant DNF. Sorry, Anita, but I might not be reading the second book in the 25 book series. So yeah, I think that's my level. Like I've carved out certain things that for my own piece I can't do. But yeah, peeling skin's apparently not in that category. And Alex's cannibalism, put it in for me. I've just finished this Delicious Death, which is about a chunk of society get infected with a disease that makes them crave human flesh. And it's a bit like True Blood, where they quickly find synthetic flesh that they can eat. But some go feral and start just chowing down on band members at a concert. It's really good.
The cover looks great. That's the one with the cool on the cover, isn't it?
Yeah. It's got like an organ like refrigeration little thing on the front, and this girl's hands are with like beautifully painted nails. It's as good as it sounds, in my opinion. Hi, Han. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Lizzie.
Hello.
Nice. Oh, I feel like you've read
Disney vibes.
Yes,
Valley.
Yeah, I need to play that at some point. I don't know. I feel like you've read this before, Lizzie. Have you, or am I just thinking of another V-Schwab book? Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I really liked that one. Oh, that's a long book. Okay, detailed and intricate. That sounds good.
Hello. How
Excellent.
are you?
That's how I feel most days, Louise. So, welcome to the club. I think editing a couple of chapters tonight, I'll be like really pleased with myself. So let's do this together. Nice. Are you
Nice.
yeah, you can tell us what you're reading, kind of thing. This isn't like a secret reading thing, is it? Planning for Yalk. You're organised, Hannah. It's in November this year. That's very cool that you have that organised. Let's have a look. I can't read that far ahead. I can't think. Ooh, spicy Dracula duology, you say? Excellent. I like the sound of that. What? How are people so organised? I don't understand. I'm actually shocked for a moment there. Sorry, everyone. Oh, you're also good. Hello. Thank you for listening in. The Brain Drips Yellow. What a title. That paints an image. Is that kind of extreme horror? It sounds like it might be. Alex, have you got the tabs up? I feel like you're gonna get put on.
Hang on, I'm on it. I feel like a hacker in the movies, you know, where they're like, yeah, I'm just gonna
go.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Just ignore me. The Brain Drips Yellow.
House or Haunted
House.
Yay. Love to know how you're getting on with that one, Stephen. This is true. Sharon knows where it's at. Children bite each other, right, Alex? So
I do.
Kind of.
Well, I mean, when I was a kid, I got in trouble for biting when I was in primary school. So maybe that's where that's come from. And I hadn't have. Yeah, I know. Honestly, I think everyone was just like taking it. The adults, you know, why were they complaining? This kid deserved to be bit, and he was horrible to me. But yeah, I think you're right, Sharon. I think maybe I should add even more cannibalism into my upcoming middle grade series. I don't know.
My youngest daughter's nicknamed Mad Dog because of the biting.
Oh,
she's still Mad Dog. She's 5 now, and she quite likes it. But yeah, there's like these photos of her siblings, which is like smiling and hugging her, but just big bite marks on their face.
Oh gosh,
the jumping.
Nathan's tried most like childhood habits, but touch wood, that one hasn't happened yet. But let's wait and see. I mean, he's still only 3, so this could happen. Ooh, super secret project. Intriguing. My DMs are open to you, Han, if you want to tell me what that is. I hear super secret. I'm like, I don't care if you just said secret. Just tell me. I want to know. If you want to talk about it.
You want to hear?
Yeah, I think that you and Sharon are in the same club. I think someone needs to find a book that scares Sharon. Maybe you could do it for each other. Sharon and Kasha, find a book, each of you, that you find terrifying and swap and see if you can scare each other.
What's a good idea?
I think.
What's a good idea?
Oh, okay. I need to look at that. I haven't looked yet. Oh, it's so good. I've been to every single one as an attendee, and then since I've been an author, I've authored at them too. So not saying anything just now until I check the schedule as to whether I can speak about certain things. But okay, yeah, I'm not going to speak about anything. Pretend I didn't say anything about Yalp at all. Let's go to a sprint. It is 10 to 8, so if we do 40 minutes, we will be done at about 8:30 with this first one. For those who haven't done these sprints before, we tend to do 40 minutes chat, 40 minutes chat, 30 minutes. I cannot promise that we won't go off on some weird tangent, because the 3 of us, when we get together, have a lot of fun. I don't know why Alex was, oh God, I thought you were going to be like, yes, I'm the tangent, but you're just showing us the Dungeons and Dragons tangent. So if anybody feels that they would like to hear some comments about Dungeons and Dragons that may or not, was it Poo Demons last time? I think it was Poo Demons.
Demons, isn't it?
Yeah. If you'd like some Poo Demons on your Thursday evening, I'm your girl.
So yeah, if you want to get Alex going, feel free to just say something about Dungeons and Dragons in the comments, and we will just let it go. Love it. We will see you on the other side. Have fun, everyone.
Bye. Yeah.
Everyone. The cat didn't make anybody jump too much. I was ready for it, so I was actually not scared out my wits that time. Although I was writing a really fun scene, and I was like, "Oh, could I just done with 5 more minutes to finish editing that?" I can't even describe what I'm writing without spoilers, but yeah, it's very fun. There's kissing and murderiness all in the same few pages. It's my favorite thing. So yeah, I'm having fun. Are you two having fun? How about you, Ashlyn?
Yes, lots of fun. I was actually just in the middle of a really fun scene as well, so I'm looking forward to getting back to that in the next sprint. It's an action scene, and it's loads of fun. I had lots of fun writing it the first time, and now I don't really have to. It was all right. This bit's okay, so I'm just trying to shorten it a bit. But there's lots of fun lines and bits and pieces that I remember writing last time. I'm just kind of smiling to myself and enjoying it, and the characters are coming back to me. There's such silly fun characters to write. So yeah, I had a lot of fun there.
Oh, good. And it's so nice to get to a good bit, isn't it? When you've done some really heavy, like Alex said, the structural edits of the heavy lifting, not fun. When you get to a good bit, you're like, oh, thank goodness, there's something in here that I can not change.
And I've been going through the last little while I've been trying to write this, and I've had a bit of writer's block for various reasons the last month or so. But I've also, on top of all the personal stuff, the bit I've been writing in this is that bit in the story where the thing happens where the main character is like, oh no, I can't believe this. The entire basis of the story, the unbelievable thing that is the basis of the story that you read about on the back of the book. But the character has to go through it, and the character has to be legitimately shocked it's happening, even though the reader's expecting it. And you have to get through it quite quickly because the reader wants to get to the next bit. But at the same time,
I know there are vampires. You told me in the first line of the book.
Yeah, exactly.
Get on with it. I'm not saying yours is vampires. I'm saying that's the problem I had. But
yeah, but it's. I mean, I had that as well, with Big Bad Me and the werewolves, and Evie is shocked she's a werewolf, even though she's on the cover of the book with a claw. Yeah. You have to strike that balance of the character being legitimately shocked, but the reader not having to put up with 3 chapters of the character going, this is unbelievable. I can't even leave my room right now. So yeah.
Yeah, one of my beta readers in my latest thing said you maybe need to dwell in that moment a little bit. I know you want to move past it, but also the character shouldn't just go, oh cool, my whole worldview's changed. Now what? Where's breakfast? Yeah, so it's definitely a balance. That sounds really promising though, and you did that really well in Big Bad Me, so I'm absolutely positive you can do that again, but for a littler audience this time.
Oh, thank you. I hope so.
I'm sure you can. How about you, Alex? How is your writing for smaller people going?
Yeah, so I've got a couple of pages that I've written. I think what I've realized is that I need to take a little bit of time to kind of let this marinate a bit. I've got some school visits lined up next week, so what I might do is kind of sort of take this with me and sort of ruminate on it a little bit more. So I think I'm going to put that away for tonight, which isn't like me, but I'm thinking that I'm going to maybe go back and just do a little bit on vampires again, just to kind of get the ideas going before I really get stuck into the nitty gritty of this, because untangling it's difficult if you're not in the right frame of mind for it. So I think I just need a little bit longer to sort of think about my plan of action before I just jump in and make a mess, which is, obviously just what I do.
It's the knee-jerk reaction, isn't it? You get all these edits and you just want to plunge in and go. Like my friend was saying, she got some edits earlier, and I was like, have you opened them? What they're like? Have you started working on them? She was like, I've not even looked at them yet. The second I get something like that, I have to immediately dive in. And I think that you're right, definitely taking a pause and going, actually, wait, think about it.
Yeah, it needs to marinate a bit before I jump in and kind of, make a bigger mess than it already is.
I'm sure it is.
But I've written everything down that I need to do in a way that I understand, because the document that I received is really thorough and really good. So I've kind of, broken it down into what needs to happen when, and I think coming back to it with fresh eyes would be a very good idea. And yeah, like I say, I think I might just tinker with vampires a little bit more, just get it kind of wrapped up again, to a point where I can leave it, and then yeah, we'll see.
I think sometimes you need to take a beat with edits as well, because like your knee-jerk reaction is, no, what I wrote is amazing. Like, why are you telling me all these things that need to sort? I don't want to sort them. That sounds really hard.
Exactly. Does Simon and Schuster know that I'm Shakespeare? What are they talking about? I'm going to have a big diva moment.
Yeah. So I think there is that moment of, also my agent does a thing where I know she's right, but it sounds really hard. So I'm like, she's maybe wrong, because what she's suggesting sounds so difficult to pull off that I think maybe she's wrong. Like, she's wrong. And then a day later I go,
oh, actually,
wrong.
Yeah.
It sounds like we've all been through it. We know, we're with you. You will get through it, and you've written a fabulous book so far. You can do it again.
We'll see.
Let's see. I got all lost. Oh dear, you're getting encouragement, Alex. You ready?
I am. I'm ready. I was being silly. I'm not gonna jump into D&D talk today. I'm gonna be good. So, but maybe next time. Maybe next time.
I'm not going to bring it up on screen, but I think a bot just called us beautiful. So we have that, everyone. If we get nothing else tonight, we're beautiful ladies, apparently. I'm not going to bring it up. So yeah. Feel free to talk D&D to us, and we'll continue being beautiful ladies to internet bots. Oh, that sounds interesting. Provocative title. How is that, Sean? Let us know what you're thinking so far. Hi, thank you for joining us. I have that on my pile. I did the thing of going into the works and buying all the things I'd heard of on TikTok and then didn't read any of them. So let me know, Brittany, if I should move that one up the list. It didn't have any murders in it, so I kind of didn't prioritize it. I do that all the time. I've given up Paula saying exactly how much I've done because I'm too chaotic to actually remember where I started generally. So sounds like you did really well. Nice. Oh, thank you. Hope you had fun with it.
Such a good book.
Thank you. Excellent. Another spooky book that Sharon's tearing through. Yeah, I'm really sorry. Publishing has this like way of sometimes telling you actively, like, I just read a contract, which I can talk about, because it's the anthology one. Yeah, I can talk about it. And there is stuff in there that kind of says explicitly, and I don't think this is breach of contract to say, like, that sometimes they actively tell you can't talk about stuff, or they'll say, like, this is going to be announced in 2 years, and you're like, oh, okay. So you kind of have to go with that. But then also there's a situation I'm in where I feel like I don't like talking about projects I'm working on. And not that I think that like people are going to steal it from me because it's genius, just that I don't like it. Like, I want it to be a thing before I talk about it as a thing, if that makes any sense. Like, I need to know what it is and kind of feel like it's going somewhere. Because we all know the stuff that you write that doesn't go anywhere, and I don't want to get too excited. The other me, my other personality, my husband, is saying that I'm going to do some one-off Saturday sprints. So if you're thinking, oh, Thursday's no good for me usually, I'm doing every Thursday, the occasional Monday, and just throwing in the odd Saturday because StreamYard seems to be being kind at the minute, and I have lots of hours. Oh, which one? My one? Oh, maybe. Or the other one that what did Sean say she's read? Oh, The Girls Who Disappeared. I think Ellie might have already read Mina, possibly. I can't keep track. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm very hot and tired too. So if you told me something in the past and I seem to have no recollection of it, chances are the heat has like melted it out of my brain. Okay, let's do a sprint before I keep rambling and can't stop. Let's have a look. I'm just going to mark where the last comment was. So let us know in the comments how you're getting on with sprints. I feel like we're having a good night, the three of us. Alex, at least realizing that you're working on the wrong thing is a good thing, rather than plunging on for the next. I've been there sometimes where I've plunged ahead and thought that was the right thing to do, and it never ends well. So
yeah, I just need to stop and take a breath. I think it might also be Leo's claw reaching in. I feel like I need to just
Leo's
take her by the hand and just, take her with me and, just finish another Leo chapter before I wrap it up is the plan.
But you're being sabotaged by your own creations. They don't want you to create any more things. Like, you have to write one.
I know.
Till the end of time.
I know.
That's what Leo's telling me.
If it were going to be a toss-up though between Leo and then Mina the ghost, I would have, I mean, Leo's pretty, well, actually no, she's not well behaved. She's sweet and well-meaning, but she's not well behaved. So I suppose maybe Leo is the saboteur.
Excellent. Yes, they are both children that I would not have wanted in my class. Who would have? They'd have been fun, but like ruined everything that you're trying to accomplish, and been slightly bloodthirsty / dead. So look at them.
There's only kids who put your end in a school visit, but not necessarily to teach, right? The ones that that they make the school visit really fun, and you come out going, "Oh, they were excellent," and the teacher's just like, for that 45 minutes.
I do wonder that when I do author visits, when I was a teacher, people used to come in to talk to your class, and there'd be the 1 or 2 kids where you'd go, "Don't pick them, don't pick them. They're going to talk for 20 minutes."
And they always get picked.
And they always do get picked. So now as an author, I kind of stand there thinking, who is that kid? And I'm probably going to pick them, right? I'm going to pick them.
Because they're probably the really enthusiastic ones sitting there jumping out of their seat with their hand up, and you're like, of course I'm going to ask you.
It was when the police came in. It was hilarious. Like they clearly weren't that used to talking to like 3 to 11-year-olds, and they'd ask the people at the front of the room, like the 3-year-olds, going, "I like your shiny shoes." It's like, no, I asked you if you have any questions, and they're like, "Your jacket is black." I'm like, just ask some people further back in the room or some teachers for questions, So yeah, I've been on both sides of this. I've probably been the annoying child as well, to be fair. So the kid who won't shut up, who wants to tell you all the things they know about the police. So yeah, and I'm still like that. Let's shut up now and do a sprint. So okay, the comments are scrolling up, but I'm going to leave them where we got up to. So let's do another 40-minute one, and we will reconvene to see how it's all gone. Good luck, everyone. Hello, I was not quite ready that time, but managed to scramble and sort it out. Oh, how did everybody get on? How about you, Alex? Did you have a good one? Sorry, wrong moment.
I did. No, it's fine. It's all right. It's like when you're like at the pub and you've got a meal and then someone comes over to ask you if you're enjoying your food and you're like,
Yeah. Sorry.
Were we all in that space?
It was great. I've done some more vampires. Yeah, it's it's good fun. It is what it is. I took Leo by her vampire claw, and she has led me back to just have a bit of a laugh this Thursday evening.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good place to be. How about you, Ashlyn? Did you have another good session?
I did. I was a little longer getting back into that one, but I don't know if you noticed, I was still kind of writing when the cat went off, and for a few seconds after that, I was just finishing. Now my cats started fighting, and then one of them got outside, and I had to go get them. So I was a little bit delayed because my cats decided to cause chaos, but it's all good. Yes, definitely still in the exciting.
That's our agents of chaos.
They really are agents of chaos, aren't they?
Cats, young children, I feel like they fall into the same category of like not doing what you expect them to do or would like them to do generally. But yeah.
I think so. As someone who does not have a cat or a small child, that makes sense to me.
I feel like you've been on enough sprints and been on enough school visits that you can kind of piece it together from the games you've seen.
Yeah, I always think that kids are just like tiny drunk adults.
They are.
Honestly, when Nathan's tired, I say that to Kevin all the time. He's like, I'm not tired. I don't need to go to bed. Don't put me to bed. I'm not tired. And you're like, I'm not going to say that you look like you've been to the pub, but you have. You do.
Yeah.
I had a good session. My agent wanted me to do something slightly experimental, and I did do some experimenting, and I actually like it. Damn it! So I'm gonna have to do a bit more of it. So I started it, and I've done that thing where I think I'm going to stop for tonight because I'm in the middle of something that I'm quite enjoying. So that hopefully tomorrow I can kind of pick up from that momentum, and I've got a little bit of writing time tomorrow, so hopefully I can have like a rare bit of daytime writing, not night writing when I'm exhausted. So I'm going to treat myself with some yellow jackets.
Yay! Oh, yay! Brilliant. Where are you? Where are you with it?
About
season 2, episode 3.
Yeah, Kev knows exactly. Season 2, episode 3, apparently. Yeah. So yeah, things.
Yeah. Okay.
It's very interesting, and it's funny. We put it on at this time of day every day, and it's like not relaxing bedtime viewing, but we're doing it anyway.
Yes, I get that. We're doing Black Mirror at the minute, and we have that as well. I feel like I always go to bed like.
Yeah. Not daring to look at your phone or any other screen.
Yeah, turn my phone off.
Yeah, anybody wondering about Yellow Jackets, it's on Paramount Plus or whatever that streaming service is called.
Yeah.
And it's kind of set between the 90s and the present, a group of girls who are on a football team called the Yellow Jackets, and their plane crash. So it's like Lost meets all the cool 90s horror stuff that you could want. They crash there, and then it like flips the present day, so you find out what they're doing, and of course things are still not easy for them, and there's lots of mysteries and creepy things afoot. I won't say too much, but I like the fact that it's a bit like things like Lost, where it treads that line of, is it real? Is anybody imagining what's happening? Is it supernatural? Like, I just don't know. Like, I can't trust myself. I can't trust them. It's really interesting. I like it. So yeah, highly recommended. Maybe don't watch it at bedtime like I am doing, but it's just in the absence of other time to watch it. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that is a good reward to yourself, buying a Stitch cookie jar. I think that Nathan would approve. I was just saying before the stream that Nathan has become a big Stitch fan since we went to Disney last week. So I think that a Stitch cookie jar would combine two of his biggest interests, probably. I got him to draw on his on a slight sidebar. He had to fill in like a little booklet for nursery about his favourite stuff. And his favourite food, he said, was chocolate. I was like, oh, I'm going to go down as the good parent. Excellent. He just put a big plate full of chocolate. He did say parsnips first, though, and I was like, you can't draw a parsnip. That's like, you don't even like them. That's just not true. So I think he gave the answer he thought I wanted to hear, and then I poo-pooed it, so he said the real answer. So yeah.
Oh,
Stitch plus cookies. I maybe need to know where that's from, Paula. So if you have the Stitch cookie jar insights. Ah, interesting.
oh yeah, of course.
Nice. I read that as Kiss. What did it say? Oh, kids. Kids quote.
quote.
That'd be a different book. Very different book. Nice. I feel like Paul is winning so far with the homemade cookies. Oh, no. Okay, Ellie's also doing well at life. Kitten cuddles and reading. Sorry, anybody who doesn't have kittens or cookies in the room.
Cookies and kittens.
Dylan Rand sketch. Oh, thank you, Ellie. I'm saying thank you, and they've probably already dipped out, but thank you anyway. If you ever see this,
What's the what's the sketch? What's the
I don't know.
It must be like kids being tiny, belligerent, drunk adults.
Oh,
it must. I know.
It must be.
I've heard it said before. I've said it before. I feel like any parent who's ever encountered a drunk adult is like, once you have your child, it's like, yes, because you're either, absolutely wired and won't stop, or you're furious, or you're crying. So yeah, it is absolutely. I'm not tired. You're tired. I'm sure that's what the Dylan Moran sketch is about.
I don't know.
Yeah, I only know him from Black Books.
Oh yeah, I can picture him.
He has a lot of moments in that where he acts like a toddler. So I love it. It's great.
I like know who that is, but I haven't watched anything, so I can't really participate.
Oh.
Yeah,
Amy, Black Books, you need to watch it. So
no, I probably do. Michael McIntyre keeps
sure
popping up on my feed about talking about stuff with children, and I've never really vibed as much with him before as I do now. Like the stuff he's talking about with his kids, I'm like, yes, we're all in this together.
Yeah.
Like he did one about the basics of human life, like eating, getting dressed, and like walking out the door suddenly become the most difficult things in your life. And it's like, yeah, I get you. Comedians get it. Oh, mugs and egg cups. Oh, guess what I'm doing in the next sprint? Going on the Asda website and typing in Stitch and seeing what happens. So thank you for that.
I can't get it.
I mean, my house is already, it's kind of, I'm just looking around the room at me. It's like 8 parts Mickey Mouse, 2 parts Haunted Mansion, quite a lot of Nightmare Before Christmas. So I might as well throw Stitch into the Disney pot and see what comes out. I think I'm going to do that in the next sprint and watch some Yellow Jackets. So thanks, Paula. And how about you two? Are you carrying on writing? Do you think you've got some more in you for tonight?
Yeah, I definitely do. I'm going to watch Poker Face after this. I've got that as my reward. Do you know that one, the Natasha Lyonne sort of detective show? She's not really a detective. She's on the run from some bad guys.
Oh.
But she's like a human lie detector. So she winds
love Natasha Lyonne.
Bad guys because she figures out that they're being bad guys. And so she goes from town to town, but everywhere she goes, people wind up being murdered, just completely unconnected, Jessica Fletcher style. So she's in a fourth town where somebody's been murdered, and she's trying to, figure out what happened. Because she just winds up, she's trying to stay out of everything, trying to stay out of trouble, but she always winds up being dragged back in. It's just really funny and really, she's like Columbo, but Natasha Lyonne. So.
Where do you watch that? That sounds really good.
I've got it on Now TV here. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Like you said, Alex, I love her, and that sounds really good.
I think it's a Peacock show.
She's great.
She is. She's great.
And she looks the same. I don't
Russian doll.
She looks the same as in American Pie. I saw the imagery from Poker Face, and I was like, "That's the American Pie." Like, how has she not aged that much since then?
I think it's got into her voice. Did you hear her voice in American Pie and her voice now, where she suddenly sounds like, a New York, I'm not going to say a New York granny, but she's definitely got a very different voice than she did in American Pie.
Oh, okay.
She has a husky voice, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
What would I have watched?
Very attractive voice.
A nice voice, a really nice voice.
Yeah. Was she in Orange is the New Black? I feel like that's what I've seen her at.
Yeah, she was.
Cool. Okay, let's go to a sprint. We'll do 30 minutes for this one because it's getting a little late. Where I am, it's late for me anyway. Oh, I've just put in 0 minutes. Let's not do that. Okay, so 30 minutes, and we will catch up at the other side and see how we all got on. Hello.
Hello, hello.
And that's it. Last sprint. I ordered a bunch of stitch stuff from the Asta website. That was my main achievement. So I'm going to have something full of stitch by the end of next week. I read a little bit of this, which is really, really good while I was waiting for Kev to be ready to watch Yellow Jackets, which we also watched. So I feel like I was not productive, but did a lot of things in that 30 minutes. How about you, Alex? Did you have a good final sprint?
Yeah, just more writing. Just a bit more writing done. Yeah, it was good fun. All good. Thank you for having me along today. I've had a lovely time.
Oh, thank you for coming. It's been nice to catch up. It feels like it's been a bit since we've managed the three of us to get on screen together.
The gang.
But yes, it always feels very like restorative spending time with you two and everyone in the comments, and getting some work done feels like a kind of nice night all around. How about you, Ashlyn? Did you have a good session as well?
Yeah, I did. I'm I'm through that action scene, but it's one of those action scene into an action scene thing. So I'm through that set piece into another exciting bit that I've been looking forward to getting to. And I copy and pasted across the old document into the new document from where I was, and I had a look. So I'm now down to 64,000 words, which means, where I was, I had 7,000 words, and it's down from 70 to 64,000. So overall, I'm going in the right direction. I might actually be able to make this short, which would be nice.
Yeah, that sounds great. And I love the fact that you've got scenes that you're looking forward to. Like, I think knowing that you've got stuff ahead that is really fun is a very good sign. I feel excited about this for you. I think it's going to be really good.
I am. I haven't looked at it since. So this section, I was working on the other bit on and off for a while, but I haven't looked at it from here on until I've realized 2020.
Wow.
So 2019, I wrote a draft of it for NaNoWriMo, and then I went back to it, and then I guess stuff happened, and yes, I haven't actually looked at it since 2020, and I've been thinking about it the whole time. So I think I've probably, it feels like I've worked on it more because I've obviously been thinking about it a lot. But I'm looking forward to see how. I'm dreading getting to the points where I know that I just slam stuff down, because I know at one point I gave up on chapters, and it's just text for from about the second half of the story onwards. So I'm getting
the thing I'm working on now gets more unraveled and messy as you go on. So yeah, I think that's fairly common. I don't know whether about you two, but I tend to edit the beginning quite a bit as I go along. I go back and tinker, get excited 2/3 of the way through, and so the last third is always a mess. But
yeah, absolutely.
No.
And you start off when you're reading it again, you're like, actually, this isn't that bad. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm just getting to the oh my god bit. I've got through the this is pretty good actually. There was 70 pages of pretty good though, so that's not bad. But there's 280 total, so I've got probably quite a bit of not very good. Oh, there's a little person talking, so I may have to wrap this up very quickly. Do you mind popping out, Daddy, and seeing if he is awake or not? Sometimes he just talks in his sleep, and then by the time you get up there, it's like he's not actually awake. Skymax, excellent. Thank you for that. Well, I'm sorry we're just wrapping up. I hope you managed to get a little bit of reading done. You're able to pop up, Daddy. It sounds like somebody is properly awake. So, excellent. I'm glad that arrived. Thank you. Corey was one of our lovely giveaway winners. We, every month for the White Book Club, generally the authors have managed to send me some stuff, so that's really cool. Nice. Thank you for joining us. I mean, that still sounds like progress to me. Mm-hmm. Thank you. I've enjoyed it too. Excellent. Night, Sharon. I can hear a little person getting increasingly cross upstairs. I don't know whether you can hear him, but I'm going to sign off now. So thank you, everyone. I will catch you all. I think I've got a sprint scheduled for Monday, and I will catch you all soon. Bye. Oh, dear.